But no, like I think it's actually any hyper constructed ideal has the potential to become toxic. And what's interesting about toxic masculinity is that we're really starting as a culture, and this is not just, or I shouldn't even say as a culture, as a species, because you're seeing this pop up in a lot of other places. I use Netflix as sort of my Geiger counter, which is funny, but it's true. You can actually see what people are interested in based off of what sort of random shows they're starting to put up, what themes of TV are starting to be pushed on Netflix, because listen, we are still a capitalist society and kind of a capitalist culture. And the reality is that if somebody said, hey, this is what people are going to watch, it's because there's an interest point and because there's money to be made by promoting that. So if nobody was watching it, we wouldn't see it. And there's a funny show that's out called Alpha Males, and they do this fun licensing thing outside of the country. And actually, I think they do it here too, where they basically will take one script or one concept, and then they will readapt it in different languages, but it's not the same show. So if you didn't see the show, like Alpha Males has a Spanish version, it has a French version, and the characters' names are different. And the plot is slightly different, but if you put it on top of each other, you realize, oh, it's the same story. They just licensed it and they tweaked a few things to make it more relevant for whatever culture it's showing it. Because there's certain things that make sense in France that aren't going to make sense in Spain. So they kind of readapt some of the core components so that it fits the culture, but the ideology is the same. And it's basically this show about these four dudes who like come to this point in their lives where they realize that their toxic masculinity is actually super problematic, and they don't understand how to basically navigate through life because all they've been taught how to do is be dudes, and the dude thing is not really working out. They end up having to take sensitivity classes, like and one dude basically rebels against it and creates this like masculinity class that he's like, I'm done with this. He storms out, and he's like, I'm creating a class on like men being men again. And like, they do all these stupid exercises where they're like, you gotta like yell at the moon like a wolf, like doing these crazy exercises. And it's such a beautiful portrayal of like the most basic side of what kind of believe it is to be men is like loud, and we cut down trees, and we howl at the moon, and we fart, and we don't wear soap, and
yeah. Wow.